Make sure I'm looking all spiffy and good to go here. Make sure there's nothing on my face or in my teeth. All right. The path is lonely. The path is narrow, and you're not always going to have support. In fact, more often than not, if you ever try to do anything positive for yourself, if you feel like you're led down a path with your heart, you're just feeling this burning desire to do something positive for yourself, more often than not, you can expect that you're not going to have support. Some things you see with your eyes, some things you feel with your heart. And there's no explaining it. There's no being able to help people who are naysayers, who are sayers of nay, understand. And don't even waste your time. Dust your feet off. Keep moving. There's no need to sit there and explain yourself to anybody. 2010, I got sober. After a lifetime of drinking and using drugs, I decided it was finally time to get my act together. I had had enough of waking up next to women and not remembering their names, getting in fights, acting like a complete idiot, and having to find out from my friends to fill in the missing details of what had happened because I was too wasted to even remember. Enough of that was enough. And friends that I had had my entire life, that I considered family, that I became adult with, that I became alcoholic with, didn't want anything to do with me anymore. These are people that I considered family. And their reactions when I was like, I'm trying to go down this new path, were basically, wow, you suck when you're sober. You don't have any kind of personality. I'm a musician. I'm a performer. And some of these friends were like, how do you expect to perform? Get up on stage, entertain people. How do you expect to ever talk to a lady again? And I didn't have all the answers. I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to do all that stuff. But what I do know is that you're not going to be there when I fall flat on my face if I continue down the road that I'm on. I already know for a fact that I'm doing something that is a positive thing, that my heart is leading me to do, getting my life together and getting sober. And I don't really need the support. You know what I mean? Some things you feel with your heart, you know are right. No matter what path you're on, no matter what you're doing, you're always going to have somebody, when you're in the game, you're getting in there and you're getting it done. You're doing things. You're going to have people from the bleachers and the sidelines chirping at you, telling you, what are you doing? Cool, good for you. You got this new positive thing going on. We're happy for you, but we know you, and this ain't you. We need our friend back. Whenever you're done with this phase that you're going through, give us a call because we miss our friend. Basically, we're miserable and we miss our miserable company is what they're saying. Because misery loves company. I'm sure every one of you and your mothers, your sisters, and your grandmothers and your babysitters have heard that before. And it's a fact. People want you to do what's best for yourself and they want you to do good for yourself. But do they really? More often than not, people don't want to see people doing good for themselves. I had somebody post on my Facebook today talking about how back when I was doing music, because I've stepped away from music, my little brother died and I felt resentful towards myself because I was so busy being off, chasing being a celebrity rock star. It hit me when I was mourning for my little brother that I was so focused on that I had missed out on a lot of family time and missed out on so many things that I should have been there for. And I found out that I was going to be a father just weeks after my little brother died. And I swore after a good long thinking that I am not going to miss out on 1 second of my little girl's life because I'm out trying to play Mr. Wannabe Rockstar guy. So just recently have I stepped back into somewhat playing music and kind of all right, I feel like I'm being led back to this. There's events going on in my life that are leading me back to playing music. All right, and there's also events that are leading me down the path of God, seeking God. I became a Christian and got serious about my walk with God just recently. It's been about 4 months, and I'm posting about it. I'm sharing things about my walk, my faith, my the things I'm learning, memorizing scripture and reading the Bible. I'm excited. And you got people that are going to, obviously people are going to be like, dude, that's awesome. They're going to want to know more. They're going to want to share it with you. And then you're going to have people, I got people that are like, I guess, man, do what makes you happy whenever you're done with this phase, let us know, because kind of weird. Whatever. I'm gonna dust my feet off, and I'm gonna keep rolling like a freaking freight train forward with this deal, because the path sometimes is narrow and it's lonely, but I don't need to see with my eyes some things. I can feel it with my heart. You do the same. I'm sharing this message with you because no matter what you're doing, like I already said, you're going to have naysayers, especially if you're trying to do better for yourself. Somebody posted saying I posted something about God, and somebody was like, "Man, you do you, boo. You do what makes you happy, guy. It sucks that you used to have so many people supporting you and so many likes and so like thousands of people that supported your music back when you were doing that. You'll probably never see that kind of support again with doing what you're doing now." And I'm just thinking, wow, like I really give a rat's booty hole what your opinion is of what I'm doing. Like, I'm concerned about one opinion, and I know that I'm doing the right thing. It's where I feel like I'm being led to. I'm convicted. My heart is convicted to be led down this path. Humble beginnings. When I got sober, there were I lost all my friends. I left behind all my friends my entire life, and there were so many people that were there with my music, my partying and all that didn't want nothing to do with it moving forward. And do you think I stopped and wanted to go back to that garbage? No. Because what was lying ahead, what was laid out ahead, what the plan was ahead was so much more. There was so much more waiting for me, getting my act together and being sober, and the person that I became and what my music became after that, than when I was back there using drugs and drinking and acting like a fool. There was no comparison. So, naysayers and sayers of nay, it's okay. It's going to be what it is. You don't need to waste your time with the people chirping from the bleachers saying, "Boo, what are you doing? We want our friend back. We know you. This little phase, this weird thing that you're doing, like, call us when it's over." No. Keep strong, keep on the path, and do what you're supposed to do. I have a 20-year friend of mine who is like a brother to me. 6 months sober, I'm doing good with my life. I'm doing things. I'm starting to be able to hold down a job. I got my own place. Slip some whiskey into my coffee when I leave the room. I come back and I smell it, and I'm like, Did you legitimately put alcohol in my drink knowing that I'm 6 months sober and that this is a super big deal to me? And he thought it was funny. He was cracking up. There was tears coming out of his eyes. And I was like, dude, it really pains my heart to see that you're going to have to be one of the people that I excuse out of my little circle, out of my little circle, my little ring of trust, because you think it's funny to try and screw up my sobriety like that. Because, I mean, I've seen this guy. Here we are 10 years later, and this dude's like 100 pounds overweight with blotchy red cheeks, a purple nose, and he's like trying to have a conversation, and he shook up, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm sure glad, I'm crying myself to sleep that I didn't stick around for that, so that I couldn't be a part of that. No, dude, doesn't work like that, man. Be confident. Be strong. Know that you're on the right path. If you feel like you're being led somewhere and it's on your heart to take this path, you do it. You do it. You love it. You soak it in. You're all about it. Humble beginnings means you're going to start from nothing. You're going to start from scratch. At first, it's going to suck. You might not have people supporting you, but that's all right, because things start from nothing and become giant things. A mustard seed starts from about the tip of this pin, about the size of this pin, and turns into the most giant tree you could possibly imagine. Patience, dedication, and work towards the path that you're on, and something's going to happen. I promise you. Okay? And that's what I know is going to happen with this path that I'm on. And I'm telling you this because I hope whatever path you're on, if you're feeling these feelings with the chirping, with the birds chirping in the stands, naysaying, like, I hope that you are able to block that garbage out of your peripheral, don't even hear it. Just keep moving forward, keep pressing forward. stay strong, and keep kicking booty. All right? Hey, I love you.